And those two camps were ultimately...
Why don't you play me what you play, Charles Darwin? The expressions of emotions in man and animals. He expressed the concertinaneous perfection of nature. We personify animals and their behavior to say that they are intelligent when they act in a social way. So animals that are social are supposed to be the most intelligent, and we attribute our intentions to their actions. Because we can value them, we create concepts like reincarnation and all the maskings of nature that we attribute. Charles Darwin said, "It is not the smartest, the strongest who survives. It's not the strongest or smartest who survives, but the most who is able to respond to change." Now, if you do this thing where you give an animal who is social, you say, an ant, he must have a queen, a king. No, ants have none. They communicate. Orangutans, they must be like us. They can imitate. No, they communicate. They mirror your actions. Do they speak? Does the chimpanzee, does he speak? The gorilla, does he speak? We speak, we communicate. But ants, Darwin said you can see insects have emotion by the way they move. If they move correctly, and we attribute swarm theory many things. We say we cannot understand the Egyptians. Why can't we understand the Egyptians? Because they are termites. Why do I say this? It's not some unique thing. They create large domiciles out of pieces of stone. What do the termites do? They make large pillars out of little pieces of rock called sand or whatever. Bees, ants, wasps, all these creatures build domiciles. Now, on a human scale, we have done what the ants have done. The Egyptians went to school for 40 years. We say, as pseudoscientists, they must have had special help. They built their temples in line with heavens. Well, guess what? They built it with human tools and human knowledge that was uplifted when they looked up to the heavens. Now, they had gardens before Babylon had gardens. How did they get these huge granites carved? You watch science now, you figured out how. You watch sci-fi, you're guessing. You watch Discovery Channel, maybe you know, because they combine the actual science. Because scientists in Egypt were actual scientists. They weren't these go to school for 5-10 years. They went to school for 40 years. Now, if you are two Europeans studying in the schools of Egypt, you steal chemistry from a guy named Kemet, and you come back and you say, "Oh, look, we are so smart." No, you, like the Arabians, have read the knowledge of the ancients, translated their words, and worked on it. It's all on the shoulder of giants, Isaac Newton, and even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We are born at times opportune because we allow ourselves to learn. We cannot learn by ourselves. Emotional intelligence comes from others. This intellectual intelligence comes from books. In order to be working well with each other, we read people. In order to be working well with science, we read books. Huh? Now get out, people, before I get a temper and you think I'm ranting when I'm really revealing. Huh? Good. Enjoy this. I hope you are smart to them.